Let me get this up and see if this is on and how the game sound is balanced with it. I think I have turned up the game sound slightly from what it was before. Okay, it's a bit high. I'll sort that out in a second. Sorry, I'm just going to change this and then we can see. It's so hard to get it perfect. Let's see if that's any better. Should have gone down slightly. Probably echoing at the moment. Yeah, no, that barely changed. Okay, I think that one's fine now. Don't know, maybe it's still too loud, but maybe I'm just being weird. Maybe it is always that loud for people. Oh, that's definitely going to be fine anyway, so. Okay. Oh, there's no point doing a team build. Oh, damn. I did not know that that would miss Toaster again. Yeah, Tauros. I mean, Tauros is actually coming to this team, and it's actually doing a lot. I never thought I would say that. I mean, go for it. There'll probably be things that you'd have to switch up slightly. I mean, you might be able to take pieces and stuff, take ideas. It is more to share ideas, so I don't mind if people copy. The main thing is, yeah, showing off some stuff. If people copy it, then people can copy it, but hopefully it inspires people to think a little bit more, shows that there's actually a wider variety than what has been champed or what people immediately think is champable. But I'll go through. We've got Tauros. It is anger point. There is going to be some anger point stuff going on. It's not just a champ fight thing. It can be used in Sydney and Phoebe, and it was actually the only way I could beat Phoebe too with this team, the way I had it set up. Well, beat both Phoebes. Yeah, it is. I mean, you can, if you see the calc, you can see the other mons. Araquanid. It's just a bulky guy. Bulky water types, water absorb, they do stuff on this. Excalibur, I've used it before, it's going to be a lot of similar stuff. Drapion, which is obviously something that's been champed already. Going Adamant and not Jolly, which I don't know if that's been done or what it was last time, but it's not as good as I was hoping. Sucker Punch misses so many ranges and I've had to play it in weird ways. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. I'm not lucky enough to have how they are. Taurus is my normal type. Oh, I'm not banking on getting crits. They're guaranteed crits. There are 2 mons in the C4 that can guaranteed crit you. And I've made the line so that I get crit on Tauros. So that I was guaranteed to get hit by it. And obviously Drapion is here. It has Wicked Blow, so on champ fight, you can tell what will happen there. Victini. My only mon which has a pivot move. I think that's probably the main thing that made this hard. The team wasn't easy to do. I think it is mainly because of that. I've always had slow pivots and fast pivots, and Victini's just kind of stuck there in the middle, not doing either. And then Fluttermane, who is going to carry this team on its back. It is modest because I want the special attack boost for Glacier. But that is the team. It's probably not as terrible as I was making it sound, but there's no steel type, there's no fighting type, and Victini is my only pivot mon. And yeah, it was just a bit awkward. It was just really awkward panic. Araquanid, it's great the fact that it takes so many hits, but it's not like a Mantine or a Dugong where you can then slow pivot out. You have to still be able to. You have to basically be able to bait set up or something to get the free switches still. So I mean, I've set up all the team. The moves and everything should be fine. I'll quickly just double check it, but I'm pretty sure it's all fine. It's already sent into the calc. There is a single turn on Cynthia where if we get crit, we are probably going to lose, but it is literally just one exact turn, and then a bad odds has to happen. So, and then I can still get saved by low rolls. Yeah, no, I don't mind helping people 3-4s. I like the planning process of it. We're just going to run into this because I want to do this one fairly quick, so I can then shower and get to sleep at a normal time because I've got work at 7 AM tomorrow. It's 8 PM for me, so let's get this done by 10, and then we'll be fine. Okay, yeah, I've got flat main lead to Moltres. So let's send it, Sydney. We've done this a few times now, haven't we? So let's go. Yeah, it's literally there's one turn on Cynthia, and it has to be this exact turn that I get crit. and then it's a 50-50. So it's very unlikely. Like crits and other turns aren't a problem. It's literally just one exact turn. So, but we'll see if we can get there, because there are some dodgy things that potentially could happen if the AI, if I've made mistakes on the AI earlier on. So this first turn, no matter which Moltres it is, I'm clicking Mystical Fire. It's obviously going to set up either Tailwind or Trick Room. Trick Room, okay. So that -1 means that Moltres was never going to get Berserk activated, and now it's always seeing Sucker Punch on Fluttermane as highest damage. I'm going to switch into Victini on turn 2 of Trick Room, and yeah. On turn 2 of Trick Room, I'm switching into Victini on Sucker Punch. Okay, now again, Victini is Assault Vest, and Moltres is at -1, so it's always Sucker Punch. I didn't use a move to disincentivize Sucker Punch. I switched, so it still thinks it can Sucker Punch. The mons are different, it thinks it can Sucker Punch, and Sucker Punch, because of the -1, is no overlapping rolls, it's highest damage in move. And the pre-damage, which wasn't for this, does also make it so the Sucker Punch is a 2-hit KO, and Fiery Wrath isn't. So if there was actually any doubts on that, then that makes it more hits to KO, fewer hits to KO anyway. So it's Sucker Punch again, which means we're going into Fluttermane, and it's going to be turn 3. This is turn 3 of Trick Room. We're switching again on Sucker Punch. Okay, so again, Fluttermane is baiting Sucker Punch. We switch to Victini. It's turn 4 of Trick Room. Still got Sucker Punch PP, so we do it one more time, and it's the last turn of Trick Room. Okay, so now Trick Room ends, so now it wants to take Trick Room, it's not going to Sucker Punch, I don't have to take more damage, so I Moonblast KO. Let me just get the right Moltres up, just make sure. Yeah, all good. I hope I don't lose the Monkey Dory. Okay, I just realised this is the good team, this is the team I wanted to get. This should now, after we take the Life Orb chip, 80%, it should always be, the only thing that sees fast Oko with on me should be Absol with Sucker Punch crit. So it should be Absol coming in. Perfect. Okay, so Absol always calcs crits on every single one of its moves because it's got Super Luck and Scope Lens. That makes every move at least +2, which is a 50% chance. But if the move also has a high crit rate, like Night Slash and Psycho Cut do, they're 100%. So right now, Absol sees KO with Night Slash and with Sucker Punch. It's slower than me, so it's always clicking Sucker Punch. Psycho Cut doesn't see a kill. It doesn't matter anyway. It's always clicking Sucker Punch on this turn. So we are going to Wish on this turn and dodge the Sucker Punch. There you go, Sucker Punch fails. Now because I use a status move to dodge Sucker Punch, it now is disincentivized. So it is now always clicking Night Slash. And like I said, Night Slash has the highest crit rate. Scope Lens has the increased crit rate. Super Luck gives the increased crit rate. This is 100% to crit. So on that guaranteed Night Slash crit, we're going to switch into Anger Point Kanto Tauros. And when it crits, it's going to do maximum of 66%. We get Citrus, there's Anger Point. We have a Citrus Berry. And we get Wished pretty much to full. Or to full, because it wasn't a max roll. So now we have Tauros in here doing whatever it wants to do. We're fine to take another last chance. We're fine to take a last chance Sucker Punch. We're at max attack, 66%. We can just click return and we will KO. That one wasn't 50% crit, it didn't crit. Oh yeah, no, it only maxes out if you get crit. That's how Anger Point works. So if you get hit by a critical hit, your attack will max out. It's not if you crit with something, it's always when you get hit by a critical hit. So yeah, Absol faints, and everything in the back faints to +6 Tauros. So it will now just go reverse party order. Yep, Grimmsnarl comes in. This is the Mega Grimmsnarl. Even once it Mega Evolves, it is dead to return. Then it goes to Guzzlord. Guzzlord. Dead to return, 104%. I have got Play Rough. Like I could be clicking Play Rough. I'm just going to click Return because it's the only time I actually got to use Return on this, and I did max out my happiness. That's Guzzlord's big HP bar down. It's Victini. Victini, dead to return. Oh, and that's a crit. Tauros rubbing it in there. Now Munkidori comes out. Munkidori is going to get to click Fake Out. Obviously, we didn't get crit by Sucker Punch, and there was never risk anyway. Max crit on crit Fake Out would have done 13%, and then we would have taken 1 turn of Toxic if we get poisoned on this Fake Out. But we just click Return, get delayed 1 turn. It does get the poison. We were never dead to that, no matter, even if Sucker Punch crit, even if that crit. And then Return KOs. I had to go Jolly to outspeed this Munkidori, which means that I don't get to chain kill on the next fight if we get to that stage. But there you go, there's a Tauros, Kanto Tauros 5-1. 5-1s? Yeah, 5-1 chain kill. Okay, now we don't want to Pokevile, because the pre-damage on Victini was for this next fight, which destroyed me. It was so annoying to work out, but I think we got there in the end. Okay. Yeah, that was quite a cool fight. That was probably I think that was the first one I planned, because I was like, oh, I know I can do anger point stuff on this, on that, and obviously if we get Phoebe 2 with Drapion, you have Wicked Blow, which is guaranteed to crit. So they were the 2 fights. I was like, Tauros could do stuff outside of champ fight if I get those lines. It's quite cool. All right. Control Restore Tauros and Flutter Mane. Do not do it on Victini. Okay. Flutter Mane's move sets. Well, I'll take off items first. You didn't have an item. Flutter Mane leads. Your Choice Scarf. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, I didn't change. Oh, yes. No, sorry. Your Choice Scarf. Your Expert Belt. Your Air Balloon. See, I thought that this fight, the harder part was going to be the Dusknoir and the Gripper team. So I planned that one first. And then I realised I could not beat Gengar on Phoebe 2 with the way I'd planned it. I did not lose to Munkidori. It was never a threat, unfortunately, even with the Fake Out poison. Drapion needs a Rocky Helmet, which actually I thought was only 12%. I thought it was a 1 in 8 chip damage, but I think it's actually, I've checked again, it actually says it's 1 in 6. 1 out of 6, so it's 16%, which is a lot. Even I calculated it as 12% originally, and it would have been perfect to like min rolls to KO this, to do what I needed to, but it's actually doing more than that, potentially. An Araquanid has the Assault Vest. Okay, so Flutter Mane. You need to learn Psyshock. The rest of your moves, I think, are already there. Actually, no, you'll need Shadow Ball as well. Yeah, because originally I was like, I'm going to need to have Flutter Mane as my Scarfmon on this fight, because I don't outspeed Naganadel otherwise, I don't outspeed Dragapult otherwise, and then Flutter Mane misses all sorts of ranges, unfortunately, so it became really awkward. Now Max has been very helpful for this. So I want to see Dragapult on this fight because it's the fight with Drapion. But if we see Dragapult, there is a potential slow pivot AI moment, which is, I don't know. which we're not sure how it's going to go. That's fine. That's what you need. Okay, Victini, you need Psychic and Headbutt. You probably don't actually need both, but I could have done it with just one of them, but I had them both on then. I didn't need it for anything. Didn't need anything else, so. Drapion, you need to be Sniper, first of all. Which is actually not your hidden ability. For some reason, Drapion's hidden ability is Frisk, which is kind of quite funny to realise. You need Sucker Punch, and you need EQ. See, Drapion, I think, was probably known for this fight to just be able to click Sucker Punch. Like, you can do, like... okay, so Slow Pivot AI. It's basically, it's U-turn. Like, but the more you're faster than the AI. So, there's specific handling for if the AI is faster than you and it has U-turn, and there's specific handling for if the AI is slower than you and has U-turn, or other pivot moves like Volt Switch and Flip Turn. Fast Pivot AI is pretty straightforward. Slow Pivot AI is more complicated. You need EQ and Rest. Well, I didn't actually end up using Rest, but it's going to be there as a backup. So, the AI doc does have info on Slow Pivot AI, but like, I mean, Max put a disclaimer in there that says it is very complicated and it will be changing. But he put basically a simplified version of what you should be able to expect. And the simplified version of what you should be able to expect does line up perfectly to what I expect to be happening here for the conditions of this fight. So we will see when we get there. You're never clicking that many moves. It's fine. I've done Victini. I did you before this one because I didn't need you on the last fight, and same with you. Okay, you will need to change. I need Pursuit, which unfortunately I don't actually get to click, but it's there for bad odds. And I need Zen Headbutt and Zen Headbutt. Yeah. Okay, Psyshock, Moonblast. Yeah, Middle Mystical Fire isn't relevant here, it's fine. Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't. The Slow Pivot AI doesn't mess me up here, and that it's just does it. There's no weird edge cases that I've hit or something. That nothing weird is going on here. This should all be good. I'll save, and it'll update in the calc, and I can very quickly check then. Yes, I am Anger Point. I am Water Absorb. Right. Is this always the same? Sniper, yeah. Permanent Exchange, Water Absorb, Anchor Point, yes, okay. I actually don't want to be Water Bubble because then it makes Araquanid do too much damage and potentially changes one of the baits. Okay, I think we're fine. I'm just a bit nervous for this fight, but I think we're fine. Okay, let's just send it. We'll send it. Is Fluttermane is in the lead. I didn't mean to click start the fight there, and my heart skipped a bit for a second. But we have got Psyshock on Fluttermane. Okay, it's okie dokie. So we don't get the Toro sweep on this one, but that means we don't have to worry about Slow Pivot AI. Originally, I had to play around this okie dokie all weird with Victini because it was like Mock Punch and Last Chance, and then it can bad odds. This can bad odds, and I had Scarf, and Scarf, you missed the range on this, but this can just be Psyshock. And I'm just realising that if it carries bad odds, then I have to adapt my plan very slightly, but it's actually fine. I just have to know that I realise it. Yeah, no pulp, but I think that's probably better. It means that Tauros doesn't get to take like 4 kills, but it was probably better. Okay, so Psyshock. Okay, it does switch in. Okay, so what I've just realised is on my line for this, my bad odds line, Calyrex. So here is Astral Barrage. It's always Astral Barrage. We go to Tauros. That's fine. My line I copied pretty much straight over. And was just like, oh yeah, Tauros gets to click an attack to break the sash. And Calyrex is going to nasty plot. But Tauros with Pursuit, because it was always basically Calyrex post KO. This was just, is Okie Dokie dead or is it going to come in later? Tauros with Pursuit does 144 as the max roll. Calyrex has 291 HP, so it was never showing 2-hit KO, fast 2-hit KO, so it would have clicked nasty plot and it would have had a turn to break the sash. The sash is actually already broken, so it now sees that it gets fast 2-hit KO'd and it's not going to click nasty plot, it's going to go straight for Psyshock, which is fine. It basically means I skip forward a turn, Drapion comes in now and clicks Sucker Punch, rather than after the Tauros breaks the sash. So Drapion comes in on Psyshock here. Yeah, oh Sour, you missed Tauros sweep Sydney. Anger Point Tauros just got 5 kills on Sydney. Thank you. If we had the Drapion fight, it would have took 4 here, or 3 here. Now Drapion is just clicking Sucker Punch. Calyrex is down. And this should go into Naganadel. Yeah, Anger Point. So basically, Fluttermane baited Absol in second for Sucker Punch. I wished to dissuade Sucker Punch, and then I switched on to Tauros on the guaranteed Night Slash afterwards to get Anger Point and Wish Heal and stuff. So then it just returns chain kills. It was cool. Okay, yeah, the Ganondorf. So this is always clicking Draco Barrage, and it's not setting up because even though only have a slow, it doesn't slow Oko, but because I have the priority move, a slow 2-hit KO plus priority move will stop setup. So this is clicking Draco Barrage. And I'm going to Araquanid on that. We are Assault Vest. We are going to tank this. Okay. Okay, so even if that crit, the Ganondorf is always clicking nasty plot here. I have like a 4-hit KO. It's never going to be more than that. I have Icy Wind is my strongest move. I don't threaten it at all, so it should be clicking nasty plot again. If I had a 2-hit KO here, a slow 2-hit KO with this speed control move on my set, it would not set up. It would see setup. It should set up as false, but because I don't show a 2-hit KO, it should set up. Okay, that's huge. Now, at +2, Araquanid still doesn't show the 2-hit KO. That's why I didn't run Water Bubble here, because Liquidation could have if I'd crit, like max rolled crit on Liquidation, or like high roll crit, and the Ganondorf Drake had taken more damage on the Draco Barrage recoil if that had crit. There was a world that it could have been here. But Draco Barrage never shows a kill here. Araquanid never shows kills, never shows 2-hit KO here. It should be clicking Nasty Plot again. I need it to be clicking Nasty Plot again, because we are switching into Victini here, and it will just be dead if it clicks Draco Barrage or Sludge Wave. Oh, that's so huge. That's so huge. Okay. So because it's +4, but it's -1 speed. You didn't think Araquanid was, though. You didn't think Araquanid was. That bulk, come on. You could take crit Draco Barrage and not show kill to +2 Draco Barrage. Come on. Right, so now Victini's in, and it's -1, so Psychic was always a KO here. And the pre-damage on Victini here is so that Dusclops always sees Oko on for 9th roll with Shadow Punch. Okay, slow Oko. It never sees KO with knockoff here, so this is always Shadow Punch. Now I can actually U-turn. It's not going to make much of a difference, but this is always Shadow Punch. Knockoff doesn't see any killing rolls. This was always Shadow Punch. I can U-turn. It doesn't make a difference to what my calcs were, I don't think. But sure, I'll U-turn. You said Araquanid could be. I think you doubted Araquanid. I think when I first said, oh, Araquanid was one, I think he was like, yeah, one's a bit of a stretch. So we're going into Drapion here, which is Rocky Helmet. Got a grip on me. There's Rocky Helmet. Now, originally, I didn't even think about the fact that I could U-turn on this. But originally, and I've got the Rocky Helmet damage wrong. But Wicked Blow here is always 38%. Because I still have my item, Dust Noise is going to click Knockoff again. It's going to take damage from Rocky Helmet. Originally, when I thought Rocky Helmet was 1/8 or 12% or whatever it is, 12%, I thought, oh, this was perfect hits to KO. Like min rolls, like 12 plus 38, 12 plus 38. Rocky Helmet's even better than that. Like you can see how much damage that does. And because I still had my item, it was always clicking Knockoff. I was able to switch in on Shadow Punch. Basically, I had to avoid Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, and I wasn't guaranteed to get the KO with like U-turn into Wicked Blow or something like that. I had to have like Rocky Helmet basically to get that chip damage so that Wicked Blow was a 2-hit KO. So now at 144, it should. Well, Okidogi's still in the back. I think it's Okidogi now. I didn't get crit, so it should be Okidogi. Yeah, it's going to be Okidogi of CC. Yeah, so I hadn't really thought about Rocky Helmet much at all. It comes up twice on the C4, but it did help a lot with the gripper, and it does like 1/6 is a lot. If you've got something bulky that can sit on the gripper, that's a lot of damage. Like to take 2 hits, take 2/6 of it, like a third HP, because it's always going to click your first move and then knock off if you can bait it like that, or just taking 1/6 on the first turn probably helps a lot of matchups. It probably helps a lot of mons 1v1 that. So Okidogi. This is the one difference of where Calyrox Badger's in. This is always going to be clicking close combat. We're going to go to Victini. I could have gone for Flutter Mane and then just KO'd it without taking any damage. But if I go to Flutter Mane, then the post KO is more awkward. So we're going to Victini here on CC. It only does about 30%. The air balloon's going to be popped. The air balloon was for the other fight, so I could always bait Wicked Blow guaranteed. Now it's going to be Last Chance Mock Punch. We're just going to KO with Psychic. It always KOs after the defense drops. And now, at 156, it should just be Overquill with Throat Chop. Okay, I can't kick Aqua Tail, but that's fine. Okay. One second, why has that happened then? That doesn't seem to make sense here. Overquill should have had a slow OK. With Throat Chop. Annihilate. Doesn't. Its highest, strongest move, Rage Fish, is 126. That's a strange one. I don't know why that's come in. I don't do like 90% or anything. Overquill should just have seen slow OK. I haven't had any stat drops, stat changes. Okay, that's strange. So this is a bit annoying because now it's 50-50 Rage Fist or Rock Slide. Just have to check ahead. Basically, can I use Drapion here? Because I think if I can pivot to Flutter Mane, guaranteed safe, then I can KO Annihilate. But it's going to probably be Gunk Shot on from Overquill afterwards. which I wouldn't want. So I just need to figure out the best way. Because then I'd have to take a hit with Drapion, which is what I was kind of okay with. 133, and I can't get poisoned. Okay, so I can switch to Drapion. I don't know why this came in at all. Because I mean, I just fast 2-hit KO and it doesn't have a slow OHKO. I don't understand this at all. And the problem basically right now is that I can click Rage Fist or Rock Slide. I think it's fine actually. I think I just go to Tauros, don't I? Yeah, Tauros is full HP. I go to Tauros on Rage Fist or Rock Slide. Then I'm always baiting Drain Punch. I get to free switch into Fluttermane. Yeah, so I don't know what that was about, but okay. I was expecting Overquill saw slow OHKO there. 156 HP Victini. Overquill saw slow OHKO. I only do like 60% to it with V-Create. Throat Chop always sees kill. Aqua Tail and Gunk Shot always see kill. I don't know what Annihilate was seeing, because Annihilate's highest damage with Rage Fist without any stacks is 126 on 9th roll. 138 on its max. I was at 156, no defense drops or anything. So I don't actually understand that one at all, unless Rage Fist is seen as higher for some reason, but I don't see why it would be or should be. But it's fine. Fluttermane was always supposed to get in on this off of Drain Punch. And it's clicking Moonblast and it KOs now that I have Expert Belt. Without Expert Belt, this is a range. Fluttermane misses a lot of ranges without damage boosting, which is why Choice Scarf ended up being really awkward originally. Now it's Overquill. Now Overquill was always clicking Gunk Shot. I'm safe with Drapion. Well, Phoebe can go fuck herself. Drapion always lives Gunk Shot crit, and then it's baiting basically any move that's not Gunk Shot, which is all I need after this. Yeah, 66. It's always Aqua Tail. Cool. That is perfect for Baxcalibur to switch in. 2 life orbs. Was always dead after 1 on EQ. If I had to switch it on Gunk Shot because Drapion was dead to crit, then it would have needed to crit and poison. But now EQ KOs. Okay. Would have been cool if it went the right way. Overquill would have been coming in for Throat Chop or Aqua Tail. I would have gone to Drapion, which would have then always baited Aqua Tail into Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur then at 80% would have actually clicked Glaive Rush because because after Aqua Tail I would have only been at about, I think it would have been about 85%. And then it could have clicked Bulk Up, and originally it would have been more annoying. But I actually wanted it to always click Drain Punch. It actually would be fine with the Expert Belt Fluttermane. But I was going to use Glaive Rush stuff to show it higher damage, so it would actually go for KO instead of setting up. But after I changed Fluttermane's item, it actually wouldn't have been a problem. Yes, I can. I mean, I'll just send it right now before I change any of it. Yeah, that Phoebe team ended up being okay once I figured out Rocky Helmet and that Arachnid could tank and take that much from the Ganondale and still base set up. But the oh, you can also check out the slow U-turn if you want. Yeah, I'm not sure why Ape came in. But we'll have a look. But yeah, Max, you can also check the slow U-turn there if you get the Dragapult. It should just be Dragapult. Fluttermane was leading, so Dragapult would have been clicking Shadow Claw, and then it would have been switched to Tauros, and it would have been, I think, slow U-turn. All those checks were correct. Then it should have just been slow U-turn. And I was going to do the switch out into Fluttermane to bait. Yeah, I did. I would have done the switch into Fluttermane on U-turn, so then it would have baited out Calyrex. And it would have, yeah, which is what I was hoping would happen. But no. I do not have 99 choice bands, by the way, if anyone's questioning that. Although, I did get, I think I got something really lucky on this run. Yeah, I got Lagging Tail from my original Slowpoke. Just the first one I caught, I got Lagging Tail. That was quite fun. But I wish I had that many choice bands. I can heal, I believe. I can heal, yeah. Okay, so we've got Fluttermane leading again. Movesets, I'll try and speed this up a little bit again. Items take off. Victini, yeah, take it. Okay. Fluttermane is choice specs on this fight. Victini is Assault Vest. Drapion is Eject Button. Baxcalibur. Yeah, and that is without Intimidate. Yeah, with Intimidate it does less. So it wasn't anything. I wasn't like